Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath, and this is the Jurassic deck. And just as I hit record, someone in the distance fired up a blower. So hopefully that blower does not come to bite me. Guys, I just wanted to kind of move it outside for a change of pace. This is a Jurassic stack of new releases. Everything here, this entire stack, is stuff that's come out in the last like 1 to 4 weeks, and it's stuff that we have not covered here at Serial at Midnight, but that I want you to know about like as early as you can, because I'm going to come back to it for review paloozas and stuff like that. But nothing better than like, hey, this came out, you know. I feel like that's really cool, because listen, a lot of this stuff's not showing up at Best Buy, Walmart, Targets. You know, I know it can be discouraging. You go in there in the media section, it's smaller every time. Physical media has moved to the online marketplace. All of these releases come from third-party distributors. It's not even all American. I've got stuff here from all over the world, but I think it displays just what a healthy place that this stuff is in for us, for the collectors. So let's just jump right into it. There are 3 releases from Paramount. Is that blower gets louder. 3 releases from Paramount that I feel like were kind of just snuck out. Little pomp and circumstance. The Sons of Katie Elder. John Wayne. Perhaps you've heard of John Wayne. Dean Martin. This is a great movie from the 60s, a great 60s Western. Music by Elmer Bernstein. That's worth pointing out. But this is, I should say, all 3 of the Paramount releases I'm about to show you are like $10 or less. Like, this was like $9.99. One of them, this one, Barefoot in the Park, was $7.99. So these are not part of the like the high prestige Paramount Presents line. But they have no special features. Look, I mean, it's bare bones. I gotta say this: these are not new transfers. These are not like from a 4K scan. These are dated transfers from the vault. You know, from time to time, these studios, I won't name them, I'm talking about Paramount, they'll do passes, like new scans on their stuff, like every 10 to 15 years to bring it up to current standards. These don't look new, but they're fine. And you know what? They're better than a DVD, and the price is right. So I'm cool with it. Adding some John Wayne. Actually, I think that's an upgrade for me. I think I've got the DVD. So Barefoot in the Park, 2 ridiculously good-looking people, 2 very talented people. Robert Redford, Jane Fonda, 1967. So maybe they're kind of both at the peak of their good-lookingness. I don't know. This is based on a Neil Simon play, and Neil Simon wrote the screenplay for this as well. It's a typical romantic comedy, I would say. It's about these 2 people who live in, it's kind of an opposite. It's Neil Simon. He's kind of distinct at what he does. But I don't know what else to say about this. We'll do review paloozas for these. So this is kind of just like, hey, look, this is out. By the way, I told you about the price. All under $10, including the Phantom, and this is the one. I was so excited when this got a re-release. This had a previous Blu-ray release, and I missed it. I have the DVD. I guess I thought, you know, like it would always be there. Billy Zane, this is a movie that is close to my heart. You know, it's a movie that I've come to like more and more as I've gotten older. You know, I saw this in theaters in the 90s. But now, you know, I do serials at midnight. I spotlight B films, I spotlight pulps, and this has become so close to my heart, you know, because they don't make, even in the 90s, this was a throwback movie, and I don't think it was super successful because, like, The Shadow, companies were looking for, like, comic book movies that they could make, and they're like, well, we've got The Phantom. But it's fun, and it's pulpy, and it's jungle adventure, and it's got Catherine Zeta-Jones in it, and it's got Treat Williams and Christy Swanson. And Patrick McGowan. Been a while, I don't remember Patrick McGowan. Anyway, it's just fun. And again, no special features on these. They're bare bones, but that price is right, and I think that's it really makes it easy to recommend. By the way, also, I'm going to put links to these in the description of this video. If you scroll down under the video into the video description, I'll put links where you can find all of this stuff. Some of it will be easy because it'll be on Amazon, but this is not all on Amazon. This is going to be a lot of third-party companies, a lot of indie companies, so that's where you can find all this stuff. I want you to know that up front. From Warner Archive, this is a double feature of TV movies that were produced, basically the brainchild of Gene Roddenberry, the creator of Star Trek, in the 70s. I think one is 1973, so Genesis 2 is 1973, Planet Earth is 1974, They're both 74 minutes long, so they were kind of made for a 90-minute time slot. And they are like pilots, is essentially what they are. Like the first one, Genesis 2, was supposed to be, it's Alex Cord as the Dylan Hunt character. And kind of like Buck Rogers, guy kind of gets put into hibernation and he wakes up and he's not in his time anymore, and like the world has blown up. I can't imagine how that would happen. And he is a stranger in a strange land, you know, the age-old John Carter of Mars. This goes back, you know, it's one of the age-old concepts of a stranger in a strange land. I guess it goes back to, we could go Homer. Do we need to go earlier than Homer? But it didn't get picked up. And then they do another one. They recast Alex Cord with John Saxon, the Sax Man, as the main character. Still didn't get picked up. But you know what? If you like Star Trek, it's got a lot of stuff that you would connect with. It has a similar... It's Gene Roddenberry, right? So he can't not be Gene Roddenberry. So it's got a similar sort of a style to it, kind of the upward-reaching, you know, whatever. It's also got Ted Cassidy is in this, Lurch from the Addams Family, but he was in Star Trek as well. What are little girls made of? Is that the name of the episode? Or what are little girls made of? As the blower gets even louder and the flowers are still standing. And it also has Diane Muldaur, who was Star Trek original series and Star Trek The Next Generation, is Dr. Pulaski. I said that weird, Dr. Pulaski. Anyway, this is available now. It's 2 movies on 1 Blu-ray. No special features, but you know what? They look great, and it's like $22 for 2 movies on Blu-ray. I'll take it. It's really great. The next thing comes from Mill Creek. This is Royal Pains, the complete series. This is one of those shows that I knew about it. I saw it on TV a little bit, but I didn't. Here's what I'm trying to say. It's not on Hulu. It's not on Netflix. It's not on Amazon Prime. This is one of those shows that when it left the airwaves, it was just like a dandelion in the wind. It was just gone. And you can buy it on DVD in individual seasons. This is the only complete series package that exists of this. It is from Mill Creek Entertainment. It does have the entire series. They are using this is the latest system, and this is the one that I like the most for what this is. You get double-sided cardboard sort of, you know, whatever you want to call these, sleeves, pockets, whatever. And they all go in this box. I'm jiggling the camera, I'm sorry you guys. The thing about this box is that it's super thick. It's very thick cardboard. I don't want to say it's bulletproof. We're not going to try that, but it's a lot sturdier than some of the stuff that they've tried to use in the past, that they've experimented with. And we know one of the reasons, you know, we talked to Mill Creek, I'll reference that interview until the end of time. We know that one of the reasons that they use this is because when they ship these DVD units out, these go to a lot of places. These go to Best Buys, Walmarts, Dollar Generals. These go to a lot of different stores. And the probability of like a loose disc is just greater with certain systems. You also want to keep your price low, so this is kind of what they do. Mill Creek Blu-rays, their Blu-ray sets, not like this at all. It's the standard. It's what you expect. You know, our Charlie's Angels, 30 Rock, King of Queens. You get into that stuff. 1 disc, 1 hub, 1 tray, standard packaging. Love that stuff across the board. But you know, you guys talk about this a lot. I just want you to know what it is. I am of the options, this is, I think, the best. I like the little black envelopes, but I know a lot of you guys did not. This is a 15 disc set, but let me give you some specs here. It's anamorphic widescreen, Dolby 5.1. I'm looking for subtitles. It does say English SDH. So I think we're covered there. I don't think we have any other languages or anything like that. But that's cool. And there's no booklet or anything like that as far as I can tell. No, it's just the discs. But the complete series, 104 episodes from 8 seasons of the hit TV series, available for the first time in a complete series collection with bonus features. Bonus features that include deleted scenes, commentary, gag reels, and more. So fun Dr. Doctor to the Stars. It's very cool. The next two releases that we're going to talk about come from Australia's Umbrella Entertainment. We've talked about Umbrella a lot in the past. We've covered a lot of their releases. Guess what? They have the only Blu-ray in the entire world. The only Blu-ray in the world, as of the recording of this video, of Burt Reynolds' The Longest Yard. Now, you know there's the remake. The remake has a Blu-ray. But the original, with Burt Reynolds and Eddie Albert, who directed this? Robert Aldrich. This is it. Australia has the only Blu-ray. So I'm gonna put this here for a second. And by the way, another cool thing that Umbrella does that I really like. You know, this is Australia, right? And they're obligated to tell you the rating, why it's rated what it's rated. So in this case, it's M for medium level violence, low level coarse language. Okay, and that has to be printed on the sleeve. But they give you a reversible sleeve, art wrap, so that the reverse side is clean, and you get this. Hold on. You get this photoshopped image of Burt holding a football. I think this was the DVD cover in the United States as well. I don't think that Umbrella made this art. I think this is the official art for The Longest Yard. Also from Umbrella is this, which I'm very excited about. This is Point of No Return, but it's not the Point of No Return that you might be thinking of. This is a mid-90s, 94 I believe, Australian movie from the director of Wind Rider. Have you guys seen Wind Rider? From the director of Wind Rider, and he was the cinematographer. This is cinematographing. This is what this is. Got the camera. The cinematographer of Road Games, the Australian film Road Games. That's Stacey Keach, Jamie Lee Curtis. He directed this, and this is a crime film, an Australian crime film. And if you're not familiar with a lot of Australian movies, which is understandable because they're historically kind of hard for us to see and kind of hard for us to get here in the United States, North America, they're like, Australian cinema has its own flair. It's got its own like unique feeling. And so this is one of those Point of No Return. We're going to talk, I'll do a full review soon, but I wanted you guys to know that these are available from Umbrella Entertainment. And guess what? I have a Region A player. Now, I am region free for DVDs, but both of these, I tried these on two separate players that are not region free. They're region locked North American players. The DVD and the Blu-ray play perfectly fine for me. So, Kino Lorber. Let's talk about some Kino Lorber studio classics, you guys. First, the Bob Hope kind of thrills and chills double feature. We have The Cat and the Canary from 1939, and from 1940, The Ghost Breakers. These are so much fun. I think these are just, this is the perfect time of year for them too. It's fall, Halloween is approaching. They're not scary, but they're fun enough. They've got that chill. They've got like maybe legitimate ghosts, maybe monsters in them. I won't spoil anything, but and Bob Hope is at the peak of his game. He is so charming and so, you know, if you only know, I'll say this, if you only know Bob Hope from like his 60s and 70s, from roasts, you know, from roasts and things like that, and you're not familiar with his earlier work, these are going to be a real treat for you, because this is like prime Bob Hope, and he's so funny, and they're so kind of dry and biting. You know, that The Blower and the Birds, that's the name of my autobiography, The Blower and the Birds. The tone, they're 30s, 39 and 40, but that tone, like there's a tone to a 30s movie, and the 1940 movie still has that tone, kind of a biting, sharp, snappy dialogue. They're a lot of fun, and these are going to be, now that they're in the collection on Blu-ray, these are going to be like annual fall viewing for me. Like every year I watch, oh, for crying out loud, the Don Knotts movie with the haunted house. Why could, it's because of the birds. They've got me all thrown. Anyway, let's move on. There are two Doctor Who movies that have just came out, and I'm really excited about these two. I love these movies. You might be like, Doctor Who movies? Just to, in brief, you know, again, we'll review these later. These are just to let you know that they're out. The Ghost of Mr. Chicken. That's what I was trying to think of. Doctor Who and the Daleks these are both from Amicus, and these are around the time when William Hartnell it was like the first Doctor era, moving into the second Doctor, around that time, 1965 for the first one, 1966 for the second one. You take the low budget production values, the low budget black and white production values. Daleks are brand new. Dalek Mania is sweeping the UK. Amicus comes along. Milton Subotsky comes along, and he's like, I'm going to make a movie out of this. So he writes these screenplays for these movies. Did he write the second one? He co-wrote it. Anyway, they are bright and colorful and super widescreen. They made something incredibly cinematic out of something from Doctor Who that was very rickety and low budget, but still very fun. And Peter Cushing is the Doctor. So sometimes people will be like, was Peter Cushing Doctor Who? He was. You notice it's DR, like abbreviated Doctor. And I don't think you'll ever see proper Doctor Who, TV Doctor Who, abbreviated with a DR. That's kind of reserved for these because they're kind of separate. They kind of exist on their own. They're their own thing. But listen, these are loaded. They have a commentary with Kim Newman, Robert Shearman, and Mark Gatiss, and they did both of them. They recorded both of the commentaries back to back. So like in the first commentary, they're just kind of shooting the breeze and having fun, and they're like, all right, we'll be back for the second one in a minute. I love those guys. They're all, Kim Newman, to my knowledge, has never worked on Doctor Who, but the other two have. Mark Gatiss is like, he's deep into Sherlock and all this stuff. They've both written really good episodes of Doctor Who. So these are great. And both discs have commentaries. They have interviews with people behind the scenes. Oh, by the way, this one has Bernard Cribbins in it. And Bernard Cribbins, if you're a fan of David Tennant's era, he's in the show. He's in Doctor Who, the television series, which was a nod to his work in this movie. But these also have the Dalek Mania. Both of them have the Dalek Mania 57-minute behind-the-scenes feature. It's not even behind the scenes. It's just a documentary about the Daleks and about the Dalek Mania. These movies, Amicus, Daleks, mid-60s. Great, by the way, great like Bondy, James Bond-inspired music. It's good stuff, man. It's really good stuff. Let's switch to some really cool indie horror. I want to talk about Skinned Alive. This comes from Makeflix, which is J.R. Bookwalter's company. Makeflix is kind of the successor to Tempe Digital. If you've been following Mr. Bookwalter for a while, you know that he's got a couple of different irons in the fire. Makeflix is like where everything's at now. So Robot Ninja, The Dead Next Door, the six-pack movies, if you know what I'm talking about, which we're going to talk about. So I'm going to do a spotlight on Makeflix in the very near future. But for now, I just want to talk about Skinned Alive. This is a horror movie from 1990. It was shot on 16mm film. And so many of us, like, this movie lived for a really long time as basically like a very not great video quality. Can I say that? Like on VHS, of course, it looked like a VHS, which was fine. There's a 2002 DVD, I think, and it's a step up from the VHS, but it's still not like high definition, So he was able to get his 16mm film completely restored and touched up, and it is amazing, you guys. It looks so good. And the level of love that goes into these Makeflix features, these DVDs and Blu-rays. First of all, this is a pressed disc. It's not burned on demand. Some of these are burned. This is a pressed disc. Alternate artwork. You actually have double alternate artwork because you have that artwork. You have another. I don't know if you guys can see that. You have that artwork in there. There's a booklet with art. This is like the original sketch for. John Kilo is the guy that directed this movie. If you're new to this brand, what we're talking about here, it's kind of like Kevin Smith's View Askewniverse, where you have all these people that are kind of working towards a common goal. But people will leave, other people come in, but there's like a core team, and John Kilo is the director of this. Bookwalter produced it, but There's tension on the set, and the special features really delve into it. This thing is loaded. I don't think of anybody else that puts the love into the special features and the overall presentation that MakeFlix is doing is unbelievable. So like, you get multiple commentaries. First of all, you get the Blu-ray version of the film, which is the restored brand new version. You get a DVD with like the 2002 version. I think the 2002 version may be on the Blu-ray. Anyway, you get these different viewing options. You get the original VHS version of this movie. So if you saw this movie on VHS, you can watch it on the version that you're used to, which I think is super cool. It's never going to erode. That magnetic signal is never going to go away. Multiple commentaries. There's at least 3 commentaries here. There's a music video. There's like a featurette about the restoration. I haven't added the time up for this, you guys, but it's like hours and hours and hours, like at least 8 hours of special features. You add the commentaries, the documentaries, so much stuff. It's amazing. And these are on sale right now at MakeFlix. And I got a spotlight coming, but I can't recommend this. Like, if you're into low budget horror, if you're into B movies, and you know if you're into this or not. If you're into that sort of a thing, I can't recommend it to you enough. It's super cool, and the level of love that goes into these is like, I honestly, I'm telling you, mine's a press copy, right? So I don't have a signature, but if you order it from MakeFlix, you're going to get a signature from the director and from J.R. Bookwalter. So, if you do go over there, tell them Serial at Midnight sent you. This is from Dark Force Entertainment. This is the drive-in feature number 10. It's a double feature with The Black Dragon, Ron Van Cleef, and Leo Fong, Enforcer from Death Row. There have been several Leo Fong movies from Dark Force Entertainment. I think these drive-in movies are cool. I like the way that they approach them. They do like a lot of these things, like, you're never going to get the negative. Like, the idea of having the original camera negative for a drive-in movie is like laughable. I mean, I guess it happens, but not very often. Most of the time you're looking at just like the best print you can find. And because they played so many drive-ins all around the country, finding a good print is that's a challenge. So what Dark Force does is they just find the best elements that they can. They scan the print. It looks like you're at a drive-in. They put trailers in the middle with some some concession ads and stuff like that. Makes you want to go get some popcorn and a hot dog. And they're fun for what they're. If you're into this, if you're into the drive-in movie thing, they're really fun. So you get 70s exploitation. You get kung fu. You get they're usually good pairings too. One of the last ones that I watched had Fred Ward, right? He just left us. He just passed away. But the comedian Fred Willard. I knew it didn't sound right. Fred Willard. It was like his first movie role in the mid 60s, like Teenage Mother, I think is what it was. They're just really unique. They're not all like good, not necessarily the way to look at it, but these are press discs as well, and you get interior artwork. They're just cool. They're very well done. If you're into this sort of a thing, I particularly like that. That's really fun art. So, Dark Force Entertainment. Again, if you go over there and check it out, maybe let them know that Serial at Midnight sent you. I don't know a whole lot of other people. I know some people are talking about them, but I think we talk about them kind of a lot. So let them know. Guys, we're going to end this video with some incredible British TV shows on they're not on Blu-ray, they're on DVD from Australia. These are British TV shows that aired in Australia, and Australia is now putting them out. These actually come from Via Vision Entertainment, which is the company behind Imprint Films. And you know how impressed I am with Imprint. Just Via Vision in general. They gave us Ghost Story, aka Circle of Fear. Like, they're the only people in the world who've put that out on Blu-ray. Now they're doing imprints, and now they're releasing these TV shows, and I'm such a fan of this stuff. So let's start it off. You might be like, what? And by the way, I am saving what I think is the best for last. But Robin's Nest, let's come with me. Let's go with me here. Robin's Nest is a spin-off series of a show called Man About the House. Now, those of you in the UK, you already know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who aren't in the UK or in Australia, who are my fellow Americans, you don't know probably what Man About the House was. It was the inspiration the source material for Three's Company. Three's Company was an Americanized version of Man About the House. In fact, the character's name is Robin Tripper. Let me make sure of that. Yeah, Robin Tripp, not Tripper. It's Robin Tripp. Jack Tripper, Robin Tripp. You got in Man About the House, you've got like the landlords, the nosy, like it's the whole, like the American version. Three's Company just copied it over. They're like, let's just take the accents out of these. I believe one of the women in the first series is even called Chrissy. So it's really interesting. In the UK, when these aired, Man About the House got, I think, 39 episodes and a special. And then they spun it off successfully into Robin's Nest, which was the follow-up series. It's 6 series. That's what we would call a season. So 6 seasons or series. It's a 7-disc set. It's it looks like about 4 years worth that it ran, and it's a successful spinoff. You know, at the end of Three's Company and Man About the House, like the character wanted to be like a chef. He wanted to have a restaurant, to have his own place. Well, that's what this was. And in America, was it Jack's Place? Was that the name of the spinoff for Three's Company? Not a success. It was not a success. And I don't even think it's on DVD here. Like, we have Three's Company, but I don't think we have any of the spin-off stuff. This is a very successful follow-up series, and it's just really cool that they've put so much love into this. You know, let's see. I'm going to look at series 4. Just trying to find 6 series, totaling about, I don't know, I'm going to say it's about between 40 and 50 episodes. I don't think it says back here, but here's what you need to know. Everything I'm going to tell you about from the Australian label. This is from Via Vision. Everything from Via Vision, again, plays perfectly fine on my Region A Blu-ray player. So they're not Blu-rays, they're DVDs, but they played fine. I tried it on 2 separate players, no problems on either player. These are going to have to be imported if you're interested in these, and I think you should check them out because this is classic television, and clearly, you know, so many shows that we had in America in the 70s, Sanford and Son, Three's Company, they came from British shows. And so Via Vision is putting out these really cool editions. They have also done an edition of Men Behaving Badly. Another British show, ran for a long time. How many seasons? We're looking for all 6 series, plus the hilarious final trilogy, Christmas special. It ran from 91 to 98. Is that right? It's really interesting because it's got the guy that plays Doc Martin. It's very serious, right? That's a very serious show. But Doc Martin, the guy that plays Doc Martin, like this is a comedy. They did again. Here we are again. They did an American version of this in the 90s with Rob Schneider, from Saturday Night Live, and Deuce Bigalow. It was him. It was Ken Marino, right, from The State, and it was I feel like Justine Bateman. That's right, it's Justine Bateman from Family Ties. It got 1 season. I think it was 1 season. It got canceled. This was not 1 season. This was a success. You can't really, it's so hard to translate these shows from an English show to an American audience. It's like you lose stuff. I think things are best left in the country that they originate in, like Godzilla, and like, I don't want to get myself into hot water. So I digress. You guys, Men Behaving Badly, the complete TV collection, Via Vision Entertainment, again, plays fine on my Region A player. Last. I saved the one I thought you guys would be the most interested in for last. You guys, Benny Hill. So it's the Benny Hill Annuals, 1970 to 1979. Now, I don't exactly know why these are called annuals. Maybe someone can fill me in on that. I can tell you this. In its original presentation, the Benny Hill show they were specials. And you'd only get 3 of them, 4 of them. I think 1 year had 2. Like 45-minute specials, 48 minutes, something like that. You'd get, you know, just a few in a year. So maybe that has something to do with it. But like, it wasn't like a weekly show. You didn't tune in every week to Benny Hill. But in America, by the way, all these come from these are the Tim's catalog. I know Tim's from when I was a kid. Danger Mouse would come on Nickelodeon, and it was a Tim's show, right? These come from a deal with Tim's, or the Tim's catalog. And in America, the Tim's Benny Hill stuff was kind of packaged into, I think they were 30 minutes, and they aired in, you know, Los Angeles, New York. They came on a My Market. They were syndicated. They'd sell these Benny Hill packages to different syndicated markets, and they were edited for content because PG, mild sexual references, nudity, and coarse language. Oh, and crude humor. So they would edit them for the American market because we can't handle that. And that's how so many of us came to know Benny Hill. And as times have gone on, like, I feel like it's just completely fallen off the face of the earth, here at least, like it never existed, because we're so politically correct, and it's for a variety of reasons. But it's always been this thing that I think so many of us saw on television, and it was like, it's that Monty Python kind of humor. It's very British humor, drag, you know, beautiful women, weird music, sped up, you know, the yakety sax stuff. But here it is. So this is everything that Benny Hill did in the 70s. This is actually what's kind of cool about this, is it's an entire decade's worth of Benny Hill, which was pretty much over by the 80s. There's hopefully one more set coming, which would be like 80 to 89. And I think that'll be it. I think that would cover all of Benny Hill. But the show started, there were 2 episodes in 1969 before the 70s, and you're like, well, Heath, this is 1970 to 1979. So what about those 2 episodes? They're here as extras. So it's everything Benny Hill did for Tim's. You know, there's some stuff before that was just not really this. Everything he did from 1969 to 1979 in one package. It's like 29 hours and 35 minutes. It's amazing stuff. And of course, I haven't, again, Review Palooza coming at some point. I'll do a review for these, but it's not available. Like I haven't watched all of this yet, but I'm so excited about it, because this is just great, classic, silly British comedy. I think each one of these is 6 discs as well. Via Vision coming with the classy black discs. I actually really like that. They're kind of uniform. There's a special on here too. Eddie in August, the 30-minute play from 1970. So if you're a Benny Hill completist, this is everything that you need. And again, plays fine in my Region A player. So again, you can import these. These are Australian. Now you might be like, well, why should I not buy just from England? These are English shows. Why should I not buy from an English company? Well, good luck, because there's so much going on right now in the world. But I also, I have no relationships with any companies based in Britain right now, which is kind of interesting. But Via Vision has been really, really good. One, they've been good to Serial at Midnight. 2, they're really being, how would I say it? They're being very approachable with the United States audience. So if you're in North America, you know, these videos go everywhere. So we have our Australian viewers, right? You guys don't need any help with this. We have Canadian viewers, we have English viewers, we have viewers everywhere. We have viewers in Argentina. They're all over the place. And now there's a plane. Blowers, birds, and planes. I would say import from the company that's been the best, that has reached out and tried to forge a connection with that audience. And Via Vision is trying to connect with the American audience. And I think it's early days, and I think this is a continuing, this is evolving, and I think that's really cool. So this would be a really cool way for us to show support for companies putting out really cool packaging, really preserving some of this stuff for an audience that, like my audience, we don't normally get this stuff. This is not on the table for us. This is not coming from, you name it. This is distinctly Australian. Guys, that's going to do it for this video. All of these new, let's do the end shot, and I'll try not to drop them. All of these new releases are available right now. Links in the description of this video where you can find them. Thanks so much for hanging out to the end of this video. I appreciate you guys so very much. Take care. And until next time, I will catch you later.